Okay, guys, it's time to learn how to use source cards. We will get more into it later on when we get into our research project. But for now, for this particular assignment, you just need to know how to create a source card. And some people will call them bibliography cards. So what are they? They're index cards in which you put all of the information you'll need about all the sources you use. Why will I need them? They'll help you to identify the sources of quotations and ideas for citing your sources later, so giving credit to your sources. Find sources again if you need them. Make your work cited, a list of the sources from which you borrowed material in your project. How are you going to do this? So first, what you're going to need is you're going to use an index card to make your source cards. You're going to use one card only per source. Then what you're going to do is you're going to code each source with its own letters, starting with the letter A. You'll later link your notes to these code letters. So here's an example. Over on the right-hand side, up at the top, I have source A. So up in the right-hand corner, all you're going to do is write the letter A. On the source card, you include your citation. You can format this in your EasyBib. And so when you go to your EasyBib, this is after you have put your source into the EasyBib for it to format it for you in MLA. And so you'll see source A is Anand, I'm not sure how to pronounce the last name, from Brainy Quote. And it gives you underneath the website. And so what you're going to do is you're going to take your source A and you are going to write it in the middle of your card in MLA format. That means your first line is not indented, but the rest of your lines are. So make sure that you're following the format because you get docked points if you don't. Then at the top left-hand side, you need to write down what type of source this is coming from. We got this from a website. You can see that from the HTTP, the Brainy Quote. You know that that is from a website. Okay, so this is what your card's going to look like when it's all done. So up the left-hand side website, over on the right-hand side A, because it's your source A, and in the middle you are going to have your formatted MLA citation for this particular source. Okay, so let's say I'm going to go to a second source, and this is going to be my source B. And if you remember, I'm going to go back up here. Whoops, down here at the bottom, it says source B. Now, source B is going to be your next source. A source is where you get information from. A source can be a dictionary, it can be a website, it can be a book, it can be a pamphlet, it could be a movie. Any item that you take information from, that you borrow information from for a paper that you're writing, you need to give credit to that source. And so my source A was my Brainy Quotes. My source B is biography.com, Theodore Roosevelt. So I'm going to go down and I'm going to transfer my source B to my card now. So there's my first card. So my second card here, over at the right-hand side, it's a B. In this one, I'm taking a different example than the one I put in the EasyBib, just so that I can give you a different type of card example. And you'll see up in the left-hand side, I got this from a journal article. And then in the middle, I have my EasyBib citation in MLA format. And you can see I don't have the first line indented. I have my second line indented. And I have it written down exactly the way it was done in EasyBib. And that is how you make a source card.